Marius Petipa is regarded as one of the greatest choreographers of all time. He worked for nearly 60 years pushing the boundaries of classical ballet in Russia. Following in the footsteps of his father Jean and his brother Lucien, Petipa began his career as a dancer at a young age. In the beginning, he disliked dancing, but he progressed rapidly. He traveled all over the world performing and took a job in Russia in 1847. He became a principal and was celebrated for his excellent partnering, dancing, acting, and stage manners. In addition to dancing roles, he also restaged ballets from the French repertoire. Petipa moved up the ranks quickly in the Russian ballet and became choreographer-in-chief, a position he held for almost 50 years. In this time, he produced more than 60 full evening ballets and many other shorter works. Some of his most famous works are Don Quixote, Le Bayadere, and Le Corsaire. He presented adapted versions of Giselle, Swan Lake, and Raymonda that are continually performed today. He collaborated with Tchaikovsky to create Sleeping Beauty, as well as Lev Ivanov to create The Nutcracker. In the world of dance, many consider him the father of classical ballet. Hi, and welcome to Biography Channel's two-part special on famous choreographer Marius Petipa. Tonight we'll hear him read entries from his diary, and tomorrow I'll interview him.
March 11th, 1818. Dear Diary, today I was born. Just kidding, it doesn't really say that. March 11th, 1825. It's my 7th birthday today. I'm supposed to attend to my ballet studies, but don't want to. I find it awfully boring. May 9th, 1831. Tonight is my first performance. I will dance in La Danse-Manie. It is my father's production, and I am quite excited. October 1st, 1834. Times are hard now with the Belgian Revolution in full force. My family is struggling to stay afloat. We leave for Bordeaux in the morning, in hopes of a better life. From there, we will travel to Nantes. August 23rd, 1838. Today, I was named a principal dancer. I'm very happy, and am proud to hold the title. July 24th. Actually, the 21st. 1839. My father and I had a most exciting trip to America. I enjoyed the tour, but am glad to be back. Last night I performed with Carlotta. The papers wrote about one of my catches. They said it would become as famous as Niagara Falls. May 24th, 1847. I arrived in Russia today to replace a retiring dancer. I am very relieved to be out of Spain. The Marquis had challenged me to a duel after hearing of his and my wife's interactions. I don't think I will ever go back. I quite like St. Petersburg. July 15th, 1848. Working under Jules Perrault is going very well. He is the ballet master here at Russian Imperial Theaters. He has asked me to assist him in producing new ballets. September 10th, 1854. Today I will marry Maria. She is beautiful, and I am happy. Very happy.
Hi, I'm here with the ghost of Marius Petipa, great choreographer. How are you today, Marius?
Quite splendid. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Fantastic.
Shall we jump right into the questions?
Of course.
All right. You've made many ballets in your past life, over 60. So, did you use a common format for each ballet?
Well, some would say yes. I often included a mad scene, a vision scene, and a scene of reconciliation. I usually have the male protagonist and heroine come back together. Of course, these scenes are very different in each ballet depending on the story.
Could you give us an example of these differences?
Of course. In Sleeping Beauty, the man's scene is not as literal as that of Giselle. Aurora does not go mad, but when she pricks her finger on the evil fairies, then the evil.
I know
Yes.
what you're talking about.
It creates a similar effect. I use the mad scene to close the realistic scene and bring in the fantastical events.
That's very good. You're so giggly today, Marius. So you're nervous.
A little bit. My
Don't
first
be
appearance in quite a
nervous.
while.
Oh, I guess I suppose. Up from the crypt. Okay. Well, you do seem to love the theatrical, so what would you say was your most ambitious work?
I think my most elaborate creation was The Daughter of the Pharaoh.
And why would you say that?
It is the first of my grand ballets. I gave it 3 acts, 9 scenes, and an epilogue and a prologue.
Did you have a large cast to work with?
Oh, well, yes. I featured nearly 40 dancers on stage, all dancing together.
Wow, that's quite a feat. And speaking of the stage, I've heard that you reworked your choreography to kind of showcase the Renaissance perspective stage.
Yes, I did. Instead of emphasizing patterns like on a ballroom floor, I began to focus on the human body's vertical and horizontal exploration.
And what inspired that?
The new Renaissance perspective stage featured paintings in perspective as backdrops, with proscenium framing the view. Because the audience saw all of this straight on, I wanted to create movements that maximized viewability for the audience.
Very nice. How did you do that?
Well, the basics of ballet, the positions, present the feet and arms rotated towards the audience. The limbs extend towards them as well. Also, I used the body's ability to take advantage of space with jumps and steps performed high on the toes.
Oh, and so that's how you decided to bring in point shoes.
Yes.
And Marius, you've been called the father of classical ballet.
Well, I'm just glad they put my name on the programs.
Oh, you're too humble.
Thank you.
Well, Marius, it's been great having you here.
It's been wonderful visiting the living world.
Good. I'm glad.
Yes.
Well, thank you all for watching, and I hope you had a good time. Tune in next week when the Biography Channel does a show about something else.